Are you looking for an authentic flying experience that will bring to life the golden age of aviation? Are you looking for that special gift that will be such a thrill that the recipient will remember it fondly for years to come? Put on a leather flying helmet, start the engine, and take to the air in a biplane for a vintage aircraft flight. Who can resist the allure and romance of a flight experience in the sort of aircraft that would have been flown by the aviation pioneers of decades ago? There is something magical about flying in an aircraft from the early days of aviation. They may be old, but don't worry about the performance, as these aircraft are kept in tip-top condition by the very best in aircraft mechanics and restorers. For example, the Tiger Moth. Open cockpit flying in a Tiger Moth is quite a contrast to flying in a modern light aircraft. It's a similar comparison to that of driving in an air-conditioned car compared to being on a motorbike. In the cockpit of a Tiger Moth or some other aircraft designed in the 1930s, you can smell the grease of the moving parts, the engine's vapors, and the leather of the seat and perhaps your own clothing. You can feel the vibrations of the wind through the airframe and the stick between your knees. It's aviation as it was for the early pioneers, and it's a good lesson for those softened by too much comfort and gadgetry. As an alternative to the slow and elegant Tiger Moth, how about a Boeing Stearman or a Harvard flight? These aircraft trained many of the fighter pilots of World War II. They're heavier than a Tiger Moth and consequently have a more powerful engine that makes a distinctive growl during fast turns and takeoff. If you've been to any of the air shows in the UK, you may have seen the Breitling Wingwalkers, whose display consists of 3 Boeing Stearmans. They thrill the crowds with synchronized aerobatics as the Wingwalkers wave from their various positions on the upper wing. If open cockpit flying is not your thing, but you would still like to experience flight in a vintage aircraft, then there are pleasure flights available aboard aircraft like the de Havilland Dragon Rapide. This was one of the early passenger-carrying aircraft that opened up air travel to the well-heeled in the 1930s. To find out more about vintage aircraft flights and how to book them, visit the link in the description area below this video. After you've flown, or if you already have, come back and post a comment describing your experience. Happy landings!